treat mine like you treat yours.
Why y'all got too much time, bro? Why y'all always gotta have it?
What is it about
It's not illegal to have.
Well, in the manner in which you portraying in the lifestyle, don't look legitimate, sir.
But I'm not supporting no whore. I'm not.
Ain't doing. I'm not. What kind of parents don't support their kids in here, goddamn blind, bigger than you, popping it? They just got over there. So you know, the square pull up and they say, hey, who do you belong to? Who raised their hand? Nobody got to raise it.
I've been seeing him around too here a lot.
You gonna raise your own hand?
I've been seeing him around too. I did.
Well, when you got it ain't
I know that.
when y'all got around those people, that's called it's not the possession of and commission of a crime, sir. That is a felony.
Yeah.
Thank you. Amen.
Son, think I ain't spoke to my son? Think I ain't told my son, his mama, and his grandmama, his ass going to prison. If he goddamn keep that shit up, his ass going to prison. Ain't no way around it. Ain't nothing I'm gonna be able to do about it. Can't nobody stop it but him. You know what I mean? I've already had that conversation. I've already made my peace with it. Cause I know that energy. I was that energy. I know exactly how it's gonna turn out.
King Harris's legal problems took a drastic turn for the worst when Tiny recently served T.I. with divorce papers. She could not handle the idea that T.I. shunned King after his recent incarceration. The issue is that T.I. is not even making an effort to make amends or end the divorce. At this point, the family is blaming each other for the outcome of the disaster. The stress is tearing the family apart, and everyone is wondering who is really to blame for the result. King either threw everything away to live the life of a mobster, or his parents gave him everything they owned. The split between Tiny and T.I. might surprise a lot of people. After all, they have spent decades together and have gone through everything together. But in reality, there had always been trouble in their marriage. What is the tipping point then? It took place in October 2024, shortly after King's reckless arrest that made the whole family famous. King had driven his BMW crazily out of a gas station and nearly hit a police cruiser. The timing could not have been worse, since what the police found when they pulled him over made things 10 times worse. The officers immediately smelled marijuana when they got close to the car. A revolver was then discovered in the driver's pants. For King, things were already looking bad. After they took away the pistol and put him in handcuffs, what happened when they ran his name? It blew this whole scenario open. DUI, driving while intoxicated, speeding, and having an outstanding arrest warrant from 2022. The news is terrible.
All right, I need you to step out the vehicle.
What you want to do? You want to take my gun right here?
Yes, sir.
There's one in the head.
Does your buddy have one as well?
There's guns in there.
All right, just hang tight right here for me. Let me clear this. I don't want any accidental fires.
There's no safety. You got to take it.
There's no safety.
Take
Okay.
it out.
Well, I'm not going to mess around with that too much. Let me just set this down right here. Dude, step out
Get
for
out
me.
now.
Yes, sir. Place your hands behind your back for me. All right, right now you're just being detained. You're not under arrest. We're going to be at the church. All right, I appreciate you being cool, man. We're just going to take a look at this information, make sure it's valid.
I ain't sure of this.
Just take a step to the side for me.
He could have escaped that day if he had simply maintained his composure. Rather, all that he had previously done incorrectly crumbled, and as soon as the arrest footage became viral, the internet tore him to shreds. The only thing that was clear from it was that King felt he had finally gone too far this time. Even though he is not crying during the 30-minute movie, you can still see the regret in his eyes. He seemed to realize that the only way to make things better is to work together. And for someone like King, that probably took a lot of discipline. All of us have seen his public tantrums, but this was the exact opposite of the King we knew on social media. Even the arresting officer was impressed by King's poise during the entire ordeal. That did not help his case, though. He was moved to Pickens County after the warrant was recalled, but he ultimately ended up at the DeKalb County Jail. As the video became viral, fans' remarks were unrestricted. One individual called him a trust fund prison punk, and the comment got a lot of likes due to its hilarious nature. Another reprimand stated he thinks his parents' money can save him, yet he wants to act like he comes from nothing. But here's the problem. It was not just King who suffered the consequences, because the impact not only had an effect on him, but also ripped apart his parents' marriage, resulting in the breakdown of the previously mentioned fissures. Tiny. Tip tried to portray the distressed parent. She was furious. She was able to use receipts as proof. In her divorce papers, she openly cited King's spiral as the cause of her dissolution. Interestingly, Tip did not object or even try to improve the situation, because he believed that King's issues were entirely his own fault and that he had performed his paternal duty. Although that sounds harsh, that is the reality. Around the time King started to gain popularity, in 2022, T.I. went on the internet and begged him to stop. He asserted that King was on a dangerous path and that failure to use caution would result in his imprisonment. T.I. continued by claiming that he had been telling Tiny and his grandmother the same thing. They all had to watch King wasting his life if they did not want to. And I was not just talking as a concerned parent. He was talking as someone who had been incarcerated, knew what it meant, and did not want to see another young man go there.
Hitting me, giving me my comments, telling me what to tell King, okay? I know my son. Think I ain't spoke to my son? Think I ain't told my son, his mama, and his grandmama, his going to prison. If you got to keep this up, they're going to prison. Ain't no way around it. Ain't nothing I'm gonna be able to do about it. Can't nobody stop it but him. You know what I mean? I've already had the conversation. I've already made my peace with it. Because I know their energy. I was their energy. I know exactly how it's gonna turn out.
Tiny, however, did not think so. In actuality, it only made her case against T.I. stronger throughout the divorce. She is right when she claims that King would not have strayed so far from the light if he had been more present and firm, and that T.I. did not perform his role as a father. T.I. has been in and out of jail ever since Tiny discovered she was expecting King. By the time King left permanently, he was already used to growing up without a father figure. Additionally, King's attendance did not really matter because T.I. allegedly sent him off to his grandmother's place. King once revealed that he lived with his grandmother and did not have much money as a child, even though his parents were wealthy. In actuality, King was only allowed to go to his parents' house when they were filming their reality show. It should come as no surprise that King started looking for outside distractions in such a domestic environment, and his chances of being imprisoned grew with each antique he found. One incident that showed the public how bad things had gotten with King was the 2022 Waffle House crash out. It all started when a waiter thought King had ordered pickles when he hadn't. King only needed that to begin shouting at the employee. King's social media posts of the entire nasty disagreement did not present him as tough. Rather, they made him look like a spoiled baby, and he began to question why T.I. allowed King to get away with it.
Stop talking to me. This ain't your restaurant. This ain't your restaurant. Everything you make, I can pull out my pocket right now. I ain't tripping on you. I ain't tripping. Get the hell out of my face. I'm not talking to you. I'm not talking to you. Who the hell is he? What's your name? My name King, you know it and your mama know it. Tell your mama Happy Mother's Day. Tell your mama Happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day. That file show. What? On game what? On game what? Come here. I'll show you what I do. Come here, I'll show you what I do. Come here.
Tiny was incensed when Tip made the video, warning King because he ought to have done all of that training and warning years earlier. However, he didn't. For a while, their relationship appeared to be improving, but T.I. was unable to conceal his dissatisfaction from King for very long, and that sentiment finally came to the surface when King and T.I. got into a heated disagreement that swiftly descended into violence during an Atlanta Falcons game. Tip became agitated when King made remarks about not having privilege as a child, which sparked the confrontation. He intervened right away to reprimand King, reminding him that he had it easy as a child. The next thing you know, King is flinging his hands at his father because he could not stand it. The fight was really fierce, as the video shows. It appeared as though T.I. was prepared to beat the living daylights out of King and forget that this was a child.
To make him look better, he said it, he know not true. Silver spoon, I ain't never ate with that day a day in my life. Maybe you did have a silver spoon. Look, Tip used to have to come to my grandma's house because I'm getting in the fight.
You cried like a baby to go to your grandmama's house.
Every day.
You used to hold your breath.
Every day. I know you. You catch it. I know you. I know you. I know you. Shut up. Shut up. I know you.
Ain't no mystery about here.
I know you though. I know you though. I know you though. I know you. What's wrong with y'all? Why y'all doing that to me? Y'all know me. You know I stand on business.
Within hours after it was posted online, the video received thousands of likes, and people were applauding T.I. for correcting the king. He should have busted his behind. That's an overdue library book. When you don't check the problem, it will eventually turn on you. King's been out of control. Pray for their family. But Tiny was not pleased with the altercation, and she did not enjoy it. King was humiliated in this way by T.I. You can only imagine how shocked she was to learn that T.I. had evicted King from the house so he could learn to live on his own. She thought he went too far, and the consequences led to a serious rift in their relationship, which finally made her decide to break off contact with T.I. What else did Tiny include in the divorce documents? T.I.'s violent past and persistent infidelity. She watched him abandon their marriage for years, then tried to make it seem like he was changing. However, those falsehoods added up, and Tiny was not just upset with King when he got into his own predicament. As she looked at the guy who had reared him, she became aware that the cycle had never been broken. She ultimately disconnected T.I. for that reason. The realization that King was imitating T.I.'s path rather than forging his own was the thing that broke Tiny the most. King is now slamming into the same jail time that once earned T.O. his reputation as a tough guy. Tiny became enraged when T.I. disowned King following his arrest because he was rejecting his own reflection in her eyes. That is why the divorce documents were presented. Additionally, King's constant flexing of his guns shows how anxious he is for his father's praise. In fact, several individuals said that King purposefully entered the scene in order to receive jail time and boost his reputation when the arrest video went viral. Others claimed that he had finally established himself as a tough guy and merited the title he had been vying for years. Some people even think King does all of these things to gain his father's favor and attention. And it appeared that his pranks were successful. Do you recall the time T.I. and Boosie had to use the camera to check their sons? Tootie Raw, the son of King and Boosie, was filming a music video. However, they seemed more interested in flaunting their firearms as if they were in a trap house or something. The dads took over at that point. When T.I. confronted King and asked him why he was so focused on being tough when there were girls around, you could hear the disappointment in his voice. It became a lengthy lecture. I made it apparent that all it would take to wreck their life was one mishandled gunshot or the presence of illegal narcotics. You can see for yourself how serious he and Boosie were at the time, and they were not playing around.
So motherfucking 12 pull up and they say, hey, who do you belong to? Who raised their hand? Nobody got to raise his hand. I've been seeing him around too a lot. You gonna raise your own hand? I've been seeing him around too. Well, when you got drugs, it ain't like y'all got drugs around those legal guns. That called it's not possession of a firearm and commission of a crime, sir. That is a felony. Thank you.
On the surface, it seemed that T.I. was making a concerted effort to explain to his son that the course he was taking would land him in jail. Tiny, however, was not impressed when she learned of what had transpired. She was not pleased that T.I. was showing off his guns and playing strong. Rather, she was upset with him for exposing their son's company in such a way. She simply reasoned that since King was merely repeating what he had saw his father do, T.I. was a few years too late. However, King's baby mama scandal was the final straw for Tiny. Tiny was shocked to learn that T.I. was about to become a grandfather once more, since King was expecting a kid when he made the announcement on a podcast. She thought T.I. was supporting their son's actions, but in reality, it was a really strange circumstance.
He just became a father, so I got 2 grandchildren now.
Wow, congrats.
Yeah, I got 2 granddaughters. I got a grandson on the way.
Wow.
King's about to have a son.
King's about to have a son. Congrats.
Yeah. And I told him I'm gonna make this the greatest gangster of all time. I will raise this child to torture you the way that you tortured me. I promise you, there will be an indictment in this young one.
There were suspicions that King's baby mama, Big Nana, was far older than him. Some even indicated that he was simply too little to recognize that she had accompanied him in order to score a bag. King, though, it made no difference to him. He gladly assumed the role of father and was ecstatic about the entire situation. King was ecstatic when their son was finally born in November 2024. He posted and boasted about his child, embracing his role as a father to the fullest. What are your thoughts on it now? Please share your opinions in the space provided for comments below.